Welcome to the Fashion Department, a podcast that will explore the world of fashion and how it informs all aspects of life, from dress and lifestyle to food and travel. And now, let me introduce you to your fabulous host, Tina Bercoli, a Greenwich, Connecticut-based wardrobe stylist and radio show personality with over 20 years in the fashion industry. Tina will share her take on style, trends, the business of fashion, and on being grateful. And now, here's your host.
Welcome back to the Fashion Department. Today I've got a fabulous guest joining me again. This is her second appearance, is Miss Genie Morris. She's the mother of two, community leader, and very creative soul, entrepreneur, founder of Norwalk Moms, which we love. It's an Instagram community that is all about getting parents to support other parents as well as local businesses. And by the way, you don't have to be a parent to be a part of her community that she has created. Welcome back, Genie. We love having you here. Welcome to the Fashion Department.
Thank you so much for having me again. I'm so excited.
Yes, very, very excited. So real quick, I want to talk about, for those listeners that didn't hear you on the first episode, by the way, you should go back and listen. Tell us a little bit about Norwalk Moms and how you started that.
So I moved from Canada, French Canada, to Norwalk, and I was looking for friends. That's the truth. And I was trying to find handles on Instagram, and I was searching Norwalk Moms, Norwalk Dads, Norwalk Families, like anything. Couldn't find it. Checked the handle. It was available. I thought I was gonna, find friends with this, and it turned into like a full-on business supporting the community.
Fantastic. So I'm curious to know. So you are from Canada, right? French Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. But I'm from Montreal, Canada. So
okay.
French one.
Okay. Do you speak French?
Oui, bien sûr.
Oh, I don't. I have a very, very, very little French, and I don't even want to embarrass myself and try it. So what was the transition like when you moved to Fairfield County? So was it a big change? I mean, obviously things would be different, but what was the community, the feel, the fashion? What was it like compared to Canada?
Okay, so when you think someone was rich in Montreal and then you move to Fairfield County, then you really saw what rich was. It's Fairfield County is not like anywhere else I've ever lived. I've lived in Uganda, I've lived in Taiwan, I've lived here, I've lived like in a few places, and there's nothing like Fairfield County. It's very there's a lot of money, so you're exposed to a lot of things you might not be exposed to, which is fun and interesting. So it's been an adjustment, but I really embraced it. I've really. And you know what America has that I feel like French Canada doesn't have? A business spirit. If you actually have a good idea here, whatever it is, you could actually become successful.
Yes, the American dream, 100%.
Like, that's kind of true. Like I've experienced it on my own here, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So I always say that especially in Fairfield County, and I'm even going to narrow it down to certain towns like Greenwich, Westport, Darien, whatever. There, to me, what I see, I've been living here just shy of 20 years, there's a bit of a uniform in certain places. And, there's a lot of, let's take, for example, Darien. Love Darien. Absolutely love it. It's got a lot of things to offer. Cute little town, great suburban town. There's a bit of a uniform with some of the women. And so it's a lot of yoga wear.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's a lot of tennis skirts.
Yep.
It's a lot of a lot of sporty, soccer momish, I don't see, and then I've been to a lot of events, so I don't see what I consider a lot of high glamour. Okay, so, and by the way, I want to mention, if anyone listening, you've got to check out Genie's page. Yes, for the community stuff and all the stuff she's doing, but also because she's gorgeous. Jeez. And the things you post, oh my God, and the gowns and the dresses, you've got to see this woman. I mean, she's like...
So the community collaboration was literally, based on what you said is why I started doing that. And that's a funny story. I moved here from Canada. We had one day to find a house. My husband got a job at a hedge fund in Old Greenwich. The real estate agent is driving me around this one street on Greenwich Avenue. And I'm like, Andrew, who's my husband, Andrew, everybody looks the same here. Everybody looks the same. If I don't buy Lululemon pants, like I'm going to be ostracized. Right? So then, you know what? Now that I'm supporting these communities and businesses, I'm not going to do the same Instagram post where I'm standing in front of the building saying, come shop here. I'm going to be obscene and I'm going to wear the biggest gown I can find because that's going to get your attention. Because like you said, there's not that big glam that you think you would see here. There's not.
Agree. And by the way, I always say this, you have to do you. So yes, there's nothing wrong with the Lululemon pants and the tennis skirts. However, I encourage people to really find their own identity. And if it's that, fine. But if it's not and you're just doing it to kind of go along, trust me, you should see the looks I get when I roll into Eau de Lis in Darien to get my coffee almost every day. And I've got humongous platforms on, or high heels on with a huge flowing maxi skirt. And I tend to over-accessorize and like layers of all this jewelry around my neck, my hair up in a big bun with red lipstick. And let me tell you, they look, but I hope that they're looking.
Do you feel
I feel
good?
great.
That's all that matters.
Absolutely. I feel great. And in my mind, I smile at them. I say hello. I'm hoping that they're not judging. Maybe they are, but it's okay. And I'm hoping I'm giving some inspiration to say, like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to, and by the way, you don't have to do that, what I do, but that's me. I'm actually uncomfortable in like normal kind of workout wear. I wear workout wear to work out.
Yeah.
And yes, the occasional time you'll catch me in spandex, but it's not on a regular basis. It's not a uniform for me. I'm actually, for me, I have two modes. I'm either dressed up in a dress or I like to be in my pajamas at home and my pajamas in my robe. Literally, it's like one or the other. And I don't really I don't own sweats. Actually, I had to buy sweatpants during the pandemic when we were all stuck at home. Yeah, I didn't have, because I was like, well, I'm in my pajamas every day. Like, I want to get dressed. So I went on the internet, was like shopping on Amazon, buying like a pair of true sweats. I did not own them. So I did. And I was like, all right, so this is what it's comfy. But yeah, let me tell you, by the end of like week 4, I was like, that's it. I'm done with the sweats. And I started getting dressed up to go nowhere. And I just started like sitting on my front porch, waiting for the Amazon guy to come with my whatever junk I bought. I mean, this is what I was doing during the pandemic. I was like, okay. Anyway,
Bringing up the pandemic, I think that's more of a reason for you to get the value. I remember at our last episode, we were talking about like how you can be a bit more sustainable. I promise you, if you look through your closet, you have a beautiful skirt. You have a beautiful, maxi dress. Wear it to the grocery store. Just, you bought it. You spent the money on it. They made the fabric. Just wear it. You don't like, I love that you not get dressed up. I love that you use the clothes that you have. Right?
Yes. To some people, they would say, oh, you're dressed up every day. But I'm like, no, this is what I'm comfortable in. So maybe it's dressed up, but maybe it's not. And by the way, I agree with you. Whatever you've got in your closet, I hear this all the time from clients. Well, where am I going to wear that? And I'll say anywhere. You'll find a place to wear it. So yes, wear to the grocery store, put the maxi skirt on with a t-shirt. And even a pair of sneakers, how cute is that? It doesn't have to be high heels. It doesn't have to be sequins, but pair it back with, and that's the art of styling, which is, well, we got to get into that too. That's a whole nother episode. But that's where you can wear it. If it's a cocktail dress, maybe certain things, okay, no, you're not going to be comfortable in for daytime. But if you really look at it and it's just a classic, simple little black dress, I bet you can style it with sneakers or boots,
You're right.
knee-high boots.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be evening. It can be day wear. You've got to get more bang for your buck out of your money. And I agree, wear it. If it's in your closet, wear it.
You just spent 2 years, like you said, like wearing your jogging pants every day. Then now I feel like it should make you happy to put on those clothes that you haven't had a chance to put on in so long and just go for lunch with your girls wearing a nice outfit. I think it'll make you feel good.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk fall trends. And so basically long gone are the days of buying a whole new wardrobe. Like I don't have any friends, coworkers, peers, clients. I don't know anyone that shops like that anymore, where you're literally buying like a whole new fall wardrobe. Everyone I know buys pieces, they kind of fill in the gaps, or maybe they're starting a new capsule collection and say, oh gosh, I don't have basics. I don't have a white button-down shirt. I don't have a great pair of jeans. I don't have whatever. Or they have all that and they're just kind of filling in the blanks. So I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up for fall and fall trends that we can't wait to wear, and kind of a little bit of how to wear them. And we'll get your opinion too, Jeannie, on how you would wear certain things, if you would wear it. So first up, I wanted to talk about the collegiate trend. So this is basically varsity jackets, oversized cardigans, think Coco Chanel, plaid, lots of plaid skirts, plaid blazers, plaid pantsuits, all the collegiate look, kind of uniform looking. I personally love this trend, and not just because I went to private school where I had to wear this. I actually love, of course, back then I didn't love it. I didn't love wearing the uniform. Now I love, because I like to funk it up. I like to wear it with big chunky jewelry or big giant statement earrings with a plaid blazer. You know, how I love the juxtaposition of the high and low, or the mixing. So for me, I love this. Can't wait to wear it. And like I said, how would I wear it? That's exactly, I would mix in. So I'd mix in one piece, whether it's maybe a plaid skirt, and mix it in with something kind of more simple, button-down shirt, a t-shirt, whatever it may be, a plaid blazer, jeans maybe. And I would mix in one piece at a time. Are you loving this?
Oh, yeah.
And how would you wear it?
Definitely loving it. My school blazer still fits me. I went to private school also, and that blazer fits. That skirt kind of fits. So if that's in style and I can wear that, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, loving it. I'm loving it.
And the movie Clueless?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. That's exactly it. That's the movie Clueless. Yeah. And what I like about it is also, here's the thought about this. If the fabric of plaid, we're calling it a fabric because it's a print really. So when you think about plaid really can be a form in many different directions. Plaid can be grungy, 90s Seattle style kind of, you know what I mean? That can be that can be plaid, right? On a flannel. Plaid can be private school, where it's a more like neat and tidy plaid. Plaid can be vintage, not necessarily vintage. It could be very British culture plaid, very buttoned up and, you know, very kind of traditional looking. Plaid could be like Scottish. I'm thinking of tartan plaid, very Scottish from that term. Plaid could also be like farmer plaid. Farmers wear plaid. Yeah. So if you think about plaid, it really can come from all different directions, and therefore it can affect how you want to wear it. And say like you don't have to wear it the collegiate way. It can be plaid in how you want to wear it, your plaid, let's call it. So if you think of it like that, it's a little bit different. You think of it, oh yeah, that is plaid. Farmers wear plaid. It's just a different kind of plaid, right? It's probably not a houndstooth. It's probably not a window pane, as they call it. Men's suiting. I mean, that's the huge inspiration is usually from men's suiting, true plaid. Very different, a business suit from, let's say, what a uniform in school would look like. But they're both plaids. So what different how you would...
those Chanel, that like, quintessential Chanel jacket, and it has like, was that considered plaid? Or not? Yeah, that's a bit of a plaid. And that's the other thing. It's kind of, there's different, it can be stylized, there can be different types of plaid, a little chunkier, a little tighter, but it's ultimately a pattern of lines, really. All right, next on my list is maxi slip dresses. So I love this. I personally don't wear these, but it's just because I don't know, I don't own one, but I love them. And I like them. It's a slip dress, think satiny or silky. Ooh. And how I would style it, paired back with either sneakers or a knee-high boot, and then fall's coming, so I'd throw like a big chunky cardigan over it. It has this sexy vibe, yet it has this like fun, playful vibe. I think it's very elegant. I'm thinking it's that nice mix of styles. So what's your thought on maxi slip dresses? Yeah, I love that. I think when we met for the first time, or when we finally started talking, after seeing you a few times, I was wearing, remember I did that fashion show? I think that there was a pink satin silky thing that I was wearing. I'd never seen something like that. And I thought, this is lovely. But now how you're explaining how to style it down, I would have never thought of that. I was like, it's nice. It's very fancy. But yeah, I could put on like white sneakers with an oversized sweater. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, you're absolutely right. When we met and you were in the fashion show, yes, I remember the dress you're talking about. And it's the obvious way is to style it up and wear it evening wear, strappy heels, beautiful earrings, whatever. Absolutely. But you're also right. Styling down, that's how I would wear it for day. Again, it's no longer buy one thing unless it's very specific, like a ball gown. Buy one thing and you're only wearing it for one purpose and for one occasion. It's really trying to get more bang for your buck. And so that's what I would do. All right, next on my list are pastel colors, but for fall. So typically we see browns, burgundies, mustard, greens for fall, which I love. But paired back with, but pastels for fall is not, we don't often see a lot of that. That's an upcoming trend. And I love it. Here's why, because it's different. And how would I wear it? I'd pair back with neutrals. So it kind of grounds it so it doesn't look very springy. So for example, a light pastel blue or a pastel pink, I'd pair it back with camel or chocolate brown. Well, instant fall vibe. What are your thoughts?
I didn't know that was going to be a trend, and I'm happy it is because I think you feel happy when you wear those kind of colors.
Yes. That's a very good point, by the way. I love that you mentioned that because I have this conversation with clients and sometimes with friends about the people that always tend to wear dark colors. Nothing wrong with dark colors, but you got to inject some color. You'd be amazed how much different you feel. It's true. When you wear color, even if it's a little bit, even if it's just a lip, a lipstick, it reflects your mood. And again, I always use this example. I've used this on my radio show. I've used this in person. There's a reason what color evokes emotion, right? And there's a reason why a dentist's office or a doctor's office is never going to be bright pink. The walls are not going to be bright red or bright pink. And then there's a reason why the other end, let's say a music store or a children's store, is probably not going to be beige or white, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Think about that. So there's a reason. It's because color, we could talk a whole episode on this one. Trust me. I took a course in college on this, color theory, and how it impacts us, and we don't even realize it. It's kind of subconsciously. So you're right. Color, for sure, will make you feel happy. You have to find your color, of course. I'm not saying it's for everyone. And listen, some people say, I like all black. I feel confident in it. I feel strong in it. Okay, then all black is for you. But I encourage you to try a little color because it is fun. All right, next on my list, knee-length skirts. Love, 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 love. Why do I love this? Because this works for everyone. So out is the micro mini. Last few seasons we saw on the runways these teeny tiny micro minis, and immediately I was like, oh my gosh, who is this for? This is for a 20-year-old, and that's it, with beautiful legs, and that's it. So tiny that it basically looks like she's wearing a belt. So out is the micro mini, in is the knee-length skirt. And again, I don't think of this as like, conservative, mature woman. I think it's this fun silhouette, good for everyone. Knee length. So picture this. It could be an A-line skirt. It could be a pleated, floppy, frilly, flouncy skirt. It could be a pencil skirt. It could be many different silhouettes. Right. We're just saying the length. We're not saying the silhouette. And here's how I'd style it for fall. I pair any of those mentioned with pointy toe pumps because that's going to elongate the leg. And I feel like it lends itself to a very classic look. At the same time, the other end, you could certainly pair it with a cool pair of sneakers. What's your thoughts on the knee-length skirt?
Well, thanks for saying the pointy shoe, because as you were saying that, I'm like, that could make my leg feel a bit short. And then when you said the shoe thing, I'm like, oh, yeah. So now I recently got a skirt that was knee-length, and I style it with running shoes and a white, tight, T-shirt to make it more casual. But I'm going to try the pointy shoes now.
Absolutely, yeah. And it can be as pointy. It can be pointy with kind of rounded. It can be true pointy. I always say that that's a wardrobe staple, worn with wide leg pants, worn with jeans, worn with skirt, whatever it is. The pointy toe shoe will always elongate your leg. And then however high you can go. It's a kitten heel, great. If it's a high heel, like Tina style, great, but it will always elongate your leg, and I love that look, and I think
That's a good.
you can. Yeah, you can wear it really with anything. So loving the knee length skirt. Again, this is something, okay, it's a trend for fall, but is it really a trend? I always say I don't want to get caught up in that word because too many people think like, is this trendy or not? Trend to me, all it means, and I always share this with my clients, something that's trending just means it becomes more accessible. So if something isn't trending, you're not going to be able to find it as easy. So that's all it means. It doesn't mean you can't wear something that's not on trend. If it works for you, fantastic. If you love it, wear it. Doesn't matter if it's on trend or not. So something that this season we'll see more knee-length skirts. If you love it, great, more for you to buy. And we'll see it in all different price points, which is always a good thing. Okay, next on my list is abstract sweaters. So this is basically, think that lots of sweaters now are like asymmetrical with like cutouts and kind of off one shoulder. Some of them are torn with like a ragged edge. The hem is off center. They're different. They're very avant-garde. It's not for me. I don't love it, but I could see there's a person there that could wear it. I see a younger generation, kind of maybe 20 something wearing it, or maybe older too. It's not age. I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's more about a style and a personality. But I would pair it with just a straight leg jean because these sweaters are usually very chunky and they're very kind of almost looks like either someone took a pair of scissors and made cutouts or shredded it, or it's very artful and very avant-garde. So that's how I would style it, but it's not for me. What are your thoughts, Jeannie?
I'm not as excited about this one. I don't like too much the look of like ripped or like shredded. I know a little bit on the knee of like you get jeans and they're a bit distressed, but I wouldn't like the look of like the whole. No, I don't think I would like that. I see it, but no, it's not my favorite.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that, like I said, this is probably more for a certain type of certain personality. And I think there's people out there that could look great in this if it suits your personality, your personal style, let's call it. But it's not for me either. I agree. I don't love distressed, but I do own lots of distressed jeans, same as what you said. But it's very minimal, and I'm always very conscious of what I pair with it. So I'll always pair distressed jeans with something very classic. So it's like a white button-down shirt or just a simple fitted turtleneck or fitted long-sleeve T-shirt. I then go the other direction to kind of balance that out. And if one thing is, I always say this, if one thing is kind of sloppy, let's call it, the other thing needs to be very neat and tidy. And then you've created your style. Yeah. And whatever that is to you. And then you can, whatever sloppy and neat is to you. But I think it's important to kind of balance. Otherwise, you're just going to look like, it's like one note wonder, like you're either going to look a mess or you're going to look too buttoned up. It's a kind of... All right, next on my list is statement loafers. I love this. So Prada came out with this a couple of seasons ago. They've kind of been around. I've seen dupes at Zara. I've seen cheaper versions other places. They're kind of all over, but this continues in the fall. So statement loafer is basically, it's that preppy shoe trend, and it's a chunky loafer. So it's a loafer, like a penny loafer with a big lug sole. So it's almost like a hybrid of something. And now we're seeing it, not just the black ones for Prada were great. I know a few people that own them. I love them. I didn't buy them. But now they're coming in different colors. Different brands are doing different colors and prints. So it's kind of morphing into the next phase. So I think I like this. I think that this type of shoe, a chunky loafer with a lug sole, could take the place of like a bootie for fall. So if it's for you, and it could take the place of just putting on like a little suede bootie, which I think everybody has, it could kind of do that. It could be the new shoe for you for fall. What's your thoughts on this, Jeannie?
Not for me. I saw them at the fashion show that we went to, and it wasn't for me. I could see how it's popular, but I won't buy a pair.
Is it the chunkiness of it, or is it just what don't you like about it?
So with shoes, I find I'm more classic, even like I won't really buy trendy shoes too much. Like it's not. I did one time. I bought a trendy shoe. Was those Ford Arena boots that were like this big, like the like you like. I don't know what it's called in English, but it was too much. And that was the only time I ever really went with the trends, and I fully regretted it after. I think for me, I want to buy shoes that I like, that are comfortable, that I think are pretty, because then I'm going to wear them, not because someone else told me they're in trend. But if you like the style, I think you should buy it.
Yeah, yeah. Good point, though. It's funny because I think when it comes to shoes, I'm less likely to buy something on trend. And I'm the same way. I like what I like. I don't care if it's last year, 10 years ago, it's not in season, it isn't, it's if it's on trend or not. Again, it's nice to know about the trends and it's nice to see things change. It gives us something fun to talk about. And again, it's more about accessibility. So, hey, if you're saying, I love loafers, I like this new twist on an old-fashioned, I mean, this is not new. A loafer's not new. It's been around for decades, right? But I like this new twist on a chunky sole loafer that's in hot pink. Great. Then it's for you and you buy it. But I think if it's not for you, I don't think it's smart to invest in a trend. And that's where I will draw the line. I agree. Shoes and bags, I usually don't go trendy. I go more classic. Mm-hmm. Even if I buy something in a fun color, it's always like a classic silhouette. So it's always something that I would wear. Clothes is where I'll have a little bit more wiggle room and I might try something new, a trend. But again, I usually don't spend a lot of money on it. I'm looking for something in the lower end price point. So agreed there. All right, so it's game time.
Oh,
Jeannie.
I like the game. I like the game. I'm excited now.
Good. All right. So this game is called Rapid Fire. You may have heard of this before. I'm going to give you 2 words, and you are instantly, whichever comes to mind that you feel you love, maybe you own, maybe you don't own, maybe you want, you're just going to give me initially the word that you love the best. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Heels or flats?
Heels.
Puffer or faux fur?
Puffer.
Okay. Jeans or dresses?
Dresses.
Red lip or neutral lip?
Neutral lip. I'm scared to wear red.
Oh my goodness, we have to work on that. A clutch or a tote bag?
A tote bag.
Boots or flip-flops? Oh, says the woman from Canada.
Come on.
Champagne or tequila?
I don't drink alcohol really, but I'll take the champagne. I'm not having tequila.
Okay, fair enough. Fries or a salad?
Salad. It's healthier.
Oh, okay. Dessert cart or the cheese cart?
Oh, jeez. Dessert cart.
Okay. So that's funny. So I threw that one in there because whenever, as I'm sure you know, when you go to certain restaurants, usually fine dining restaurant, and you get the dessert menu, and there's usually cheese as an option. And I understand that's a thing. I get it. The French do that. I understand. However, I always look at my husband and say, cheese is not a dessert. I love cheese. It's one of my weaknesses. I try to not eat so much because I usually don't eat dairy. But I love cheese. It's like just one of my vices. And I always joke and say, it's not dessert. It's an appetizer. It's part of the meal. It's not dessert because I also am a huge dessert fan. So I've got a big sweet tooth. And I always say it's not sweet. It's not sugar. So therefore it doesn't count. So I always make a joke and say, that's not dessert. Don't offer me cheese for dessert. Offer me cheese any other time during the course of the meal, but not for dessert. So love that you picked the dessert cart. All right, so that'll pretty much do it for our time together. I always like to end the show with a stylist tip of the day or a fashion hack. What do you have for us today, Jeannie? Give us your fashion tip of the day.
So my last one was to wear confidence. I think based on the episode, my advice this time would be don't necessarily focus too much on the trends. Focus on what makes you happy.
Love that. Love it. Focus on what makes you happy. Okay, and my tip of the day is when you're buying jeans, ladies. I know this can be a monumental task. Jeans can be difficult, right? So you're going in the dressing room and you're trying on hopefully lots of pairs of jeans. You finally find the one, the fit, the color, the cut, the distressed or whatever you absolutely love, and you say, these are the jeans. Buy 2 pair. Why? One you're going to wear with flats, one you're going to have hemmed or tailored, wear with flats, and one you're going to wear with heels.
Wow.
And you've got all your bases covered, right?
Good. That's a good one. I never would have thought of that.
Thank you. Buy 2 pair, and you have 2 pair. And if you say, well, I don't wear heels, then buy 2 pair anyway, because then you've got 2 pair of your favorite jean, your favorite cut, right? All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Fashion Department. Thank you once again, Genie. And again, your social media handle is @NorwalkMoms. Please take a look and follow, give her love and support. Check out her page. Thank you, Genie, for joining us here in the Fashion Department. We hope you'll come back soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, Genie.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining me in the Fashion Department. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. For more inspiration and fashion content, check out my website and follow along on Instagram @wardrobe_envy. And a special thanks to the Factory Underground Studio for recording and producing this show. See you next time.